All right, hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. And got a lot of continued volatility in the markets. Question is, what do we do next? And also just kind of, I get a lot of questions, how do you trade this kind of environment? So one of the biggest questions I've been getting to is kind of like, well, where, is there anywhere that's safe to put our money? Just remember, in times of uncertainty, money goes into bonds, right? So the best uptrend right now. And if you're not really used to shorting, because sometimes people are like, well, all I do is buy stuff. Well, great. In this environment, you buy the dip on the bond market, all right? So, and if you don't trade futures, and for most people, I recommend that you don't. If there's just, you do like options, you get a fixed amount of risk on that. TLT. I mean, this is here's something that's gone from 140 up to 150, and I would be a willing buyer of any pullbacks here. You can see this nice weekly squeeze, et cetera, et cetera. So. The question is what do you do in a situation like this? And do you hedge here, or what's going on? Well, the first thing is that when you hedge, you do it. You don't do it after a sell-off like this, right? You do it when you're extended away from the mean. So in the room we had, once we get a certain percentage away from the 21 period moving average, I'll start hedging. And so I've had hedges here, they lost money. I had hedges here, they kind of scratched, and then the hedges here killed it. So it's been great in terms of, closing out, NDX call credit spreads, or closing out long puts on the Qs and different things like that. But now the question is, what now? And the first thing and the most important thing is to remember is that there is no hurry, okay? In a situation like this, it's easy to panic and think you got to be a part of everything. But the reality of it is that when you have something like this, yeah, you're gonna have some volatility and it's gonna be crazy. And if you're an experienced trader, you can dive into that. But if you're newer to this, just wait. It's okay to be in cash. I can't tell you how important it is just to kind of protect what you have. And then from there, keep in mind that what's exploded here is volatility, okay? And just like if something goes really, really high and has to retrace, when volatility explodes, it also has to retrace. So the best trades here is like, okay, gosh, the S&Ps are down 3 here, and we're down from 340. Do I buy puts right here? And the answer is no. It's just, it's like buying calls up here. However, when it does fall this fast, the volatility explodes, which means that the premium portion of the options explodes, and you can sell that. So yeah, if you want to do something here, sell call credit spreads, sell put credit spreads, and don't worry too much about trying to catch some big move from here, because it's going to be unpredictable. All right, it's going to be a little nuts. And the key is you want to protect what you have. It's like you're a lion sitting in the jungle waiting for the food to come by, right? If you're trying to chase 20 deer or 20 antelope, you're not going to catch any of them. All right, that being said, what are some trades that I like in this market? One thing I like is looking for stocks that are kind of doing their own thing. All right, Netflix today was up $17.58 in an environment that is truly very negative. And if we dive in and look at this, you can see, gosh, we've held the 34 EMA, we bounced, we're back above the 8. And for all intents and purposes, this is a stock that I would buy on a pullback with the idea that it's going to keep going. Is it news driven, et cetera, et cetera? It doesn't really matter. There's going to be pockets of strength like this that you then offset, okay, with some hedges. So what I like here is something like long Netflix, and then sell call credit spreads on the spiders, okay? And so that's what I like there. And then the other thing that I'm looking at here is, and I find that I think this is fairly important, is looking at the right time frame. Okay, the right time frame to kind of understand the ebbs and flows of this market. And so the time frame that I like for that is a 78-minute chart with the Squeeze Pro on there. And the reason I like this is that it makes everything a lot more orderly. Okay, so as an example, here's a squeeze right here. Great, you can see we get the sell-off. But what happens is even in something like this, when it sells off pretty hard, okay, what happens is on a 78-minute chart, and this is, that's the mean. You got +1 ATR, 2 ATR, 3 ATR, and then -1, -2, -3. But you can see what happens is even on a plunge, here's a squeeze. You get here's a squeeze, we fall, we come back to the mean, we consolidate, get another squeeze, boom, we plunge, we come back to the mean, right? We get another squeeze, and then so on and so on. And what happens is it makes everything look orderly. You don't need to watch the news, right? You don't need to get drowned in all the mass hysteria that's out there. This is telling you what's happening because it measures order flow, right? So anyway, hopefully that helps. All right, so, and just so you guys know, just kind of a heads up, so the whole thing, especially about that 78-minute squeeze and everything I was showing you there, this is all stuff I'm going to take a deeper dive in coming up on March 7th. So I've got a class coming up on March 7th with live trading on the 10th and the 11th, and live trading on the 24th and 25th. When you live trade in a market like this, you will learn skills that you can utilize for the rest of your life. Anybody can trade in a nice, quiet bull market. You learn the skills to trade this environment, you can trade any environment. So I'm super excited to be doing this. So the link for this is simplertrading.com/new, and let me show you the tools that you get with this class. All right, so first thing is, of course, you see the prices up here for basic, pro, and elite. The nice thing is we do have a PayPal option with PayPal credit, meaning you can do this 0 down for 6 months, no interest. So if you are interested in that option, that is available. The basic class, which is on Saturday, March 7th, it includes the strategy of everything I was kind of talking about there briefly, but we do a deep dive for 4 hours. It includes the new Squeeze Pro indicator. We've got the buy and sell arrows to tell you whether or not to go long or short. Okay, it's a system. It's a system to trade no matter whatever market you're in. If you're newer to options, there's an Options 101 course to get you up to speed. In addition, I'll give you my watch list of stocks that I like to trade. In addition to that, it also has kind of a radar screen that shows you which of those stocks is in a squeeze, one of the 3 Squeeze Pros, and then all the scans that I use in Thinkorswim to find this stuff. Now the Pro version, you can see it's a little bit more, but it includes what's called the early in and out indicator. It tells you when to get in early and when to get out early, plus 2 days of live trading. And then the Elite includes all of that plus what's called the stats tool. And the stats tool basically tells you in advance, like, hey, there's a squeeze setting up on this time frame. By the way, the average squeeze lasts 4 dots and moves $5. It tells you that for whatever you like to trade on whatever time frame, which is pretty fantastic, because then you kind of know where your target is going to be. And then also an additional 2 days of live trading, so 4 total. Anyway, you can go to simplertrading.com/new. There's all kinds of details on there. I just wanted to show you the basics. It's going to be an amazing class. Live trading in an environment like this will take your trading to an entirely new level, which is fantastic, so I'm super excited about it. You guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you at the next update.